Welcome to another episode of the Bengals Genius Show. I'm your host, Eddie Nashville. As you know, training camp is heating up. Hold on a minute. I want to get something real quick. Little Mike Florio once again was shooting his mouth off on a stupid show. And you got to understand this guy. The guy who runs Pro Football Talk is a huge Steelers fan. And this adjustment that's going on right now with the Steelers sucking and the Bengals going to reign supreme for the next 15 years, he's just having a real hard time with it. So once again, the old, dumb, rehashed, non-relevant story of how are they going to pay this guy and they're not going to pay that guy because our old boy, CJ Uzomah, he's upset he didn't get re-signed. But the bottom line is, man, no hard feelings. At every Bengal, we all heal after you're off the team, no matter what happens. We love you for what you did. You're gone. We don't love you anymore. He's yapping because he wasn't re-signed. So now all of a sudden it's an issue of, the Bengals aren't going to pay for people. They're going to sign Burrow. This is the dumbest, this is the most biggest non-story ever. And they're going to sign Higgins and they're going to sign Chase. Okay? So quit talking about it. I get it. You're jealous. The Steelers suck. And we're your daddies for a little while there, little Mike Florio, or Mark Florio, whatever your name is. And then just have to deal with it. And that's it. Accept it. Okay? So move along. Training camp has begun. It's been going on for a couple weeks, and things are firing up. We're so close. There's a game tonight. It's a preseason game. You know preseason is. Just stay healthy. That's it. I hate preseason. It's a necessary evil. You got to find out how your young bucks can play and how, what they're going to do. But all it is, you sit there and watch it and your fingers crossed. And of course, our boy Joey B. He handled the appendectomy with no problem. But hey, I was there ready. I tried to donate mine. It was unneeded, but the heart was in the right place, So, of course, he handled it like no problem. Cruising around on the golf cart, checking out practices. So, our boy will be back very quick, very quick. It's very unlikely he plays it all in the preseason. Who cares? The only important thing is we do want to see the offensive line get some cohesion, work together, and that'll happen. They are going to be stomping people left and right. So it's just, let's fingers crossed for health. That's what we're hoping for right now. But I did a story for the U.S. Gambler website where I write for. Hey, you can check out my stuff, man. I'm writing now. With all my book learning, who would have thought it, huh? Who would have thought a little Bengal genius sitting there in the back row, sleeping in class. Now he's writing stories. But I did a story about the fantasy football and how I'm a 3-in-a-row champion in my fantasy league. And I love having Bengals on there. And if any of you guys were lucky and smart enough to draft T. Higgins and Joe Burrow last year, you'd know that they lit it up in the playoffs. And then Joe went off against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl and made it rain lots of money. So if you got the opportunity, you don't want to go, you can't say I'm going to take every Bengal offensive player in the defense. That's just stupid, right? So basically what I broke it down is you want to get 2 of the premier players, okay? So if you can get Joey B. All right, the premier guys I got some guys going in the first, some guys going in the third, and etc. But if you can get Joe Burrow, Mixon, Chase, Boyd, the 3 guys, Burrow. If you get any of those 2, and you can also take McPherson, and there you go. So Burrow and Mixon and Higgins, Boyd and Mixon. But what you do not want to do is take the 3 wide receivers all on the same team, or even 2 wide receivers, because you'll drive yourself nuts. And it ruins it. If you're watching one week and you're like, I'm starting Higgins, but, I got Chase on the bench or vice versa, you're going to drive yourself insane. So you want to avoid that. So 2 of the premier guys, starting, and then throw on Evan McPherson or the Bengals defense, because I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. They're not highly ranked in most fantasy drafts, so you can get them late, but they do get a lot of turnovers. It'll be interesting to see if the Bengals defense keeps up with the amount of turnovers. I believe they're a +7 in the playoffs, but for the regular season they were even. So if they can keep them turnovers going, oh man, that defense will be totally fire. So that is something to keep an eye out for. Bengals' first preseason game is coming up on Friday, a week from tomorrow. It's going to be the Cardinals, and as always, Joseph Asai is going to be the man to watch. All eyes are going to be on him because he terrorized dudes last year in the preseason, and we were on the edge of our seats. So that's going to be exciting. I doubt Lael Collins will be playing because he's having a little bit of a back issue, but it's kind of a veteran thing. You know, with them offensive linemen, there's some big dudes, and they're in some massive collisions week in, week out. So you definitely have to give them time to heal up. So he probably won't play much, but it was interesting because I remember in free agency that we were fighting, we were going back and forth. Jensen, the center, out for Tampa Bay, and he is out for the year, hurt his knee. So God's plan, as we all know, is for the Bengals to win the Super Bowl this year, and that's just how it's going to be. So it's heating up. I'm thinking about giving away a ticket to the Cardinals-Bengals game next Friday. So if it's something you're interested in, think it's a good idea, let me know in the comments. And as always, be sure to subscribe, be sure to watch, be sure to love the Bengals Genius Show. And thanks for watching. Hootie! Protect Joe. Talk to you soon.
Man, y'all need to start tuning in to the YouTube channel, the Bengals Genius Show.